If you need a video to get you excited about the Bathurst 1000, well, this is probably it.
Set to go.
Go, please.
Into turn one. Oh, no, set business. Coming into turn two. One of the legends of the sport creates a little bit of magic at the mountain. A very, very worthy winner.
This is Mount Panorama. This is Bathurst.
As soon as you head out on this mountain, it is total commitment for every single millimetre.
What I love about these sort of promo videos, there are events in all sports where this is the one and only. You know, the FA Cup in football, the Super Bowl in Yankee sport, the AFL Grand Final, the NRL Grand Final. There is only one of a kind, and this is clearly that experience, and it is an experience. You don't get it anywhere else.
Right, cars are gridded up now.
If you can't make the judgment call 120 metres into 1,000 kilometres to just be a little bit sensible, don't start the race.
The Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000 erupts.
And the charge to turn one.
Okay, it's a great corner, second gear. The engine's right in its sweet spot. But remember, whilst you've got to carry mid-corner speed and use that exit curb, you want to get to 100% throttle early, so don't get too greedy. Don't get caught up in the moment. The moment is 6 hours later.
Side by side on Mountain Straight.
If I can offer you one free bit of advice, every single time you exit the pit lane, you grab your belts and you tighten. And every other lap you think of it, you tighten them again. And after a pit stop, whether they've changed the brake pads or not, tattoo it under your eyelids. Pump the brake pedal, because if they put the pads in and you forget,
Fuel on the road.
you're a goner.
My word. Straight away, what he's saying highlights the fact, and this is true in all motorsports, but you have to concentrate all the time, 100%. And there's those little things. If you don't press the brake pads, if they've just been changed, then, things can go wrong. Things can go wrong like that in motorsports. And that's why you have to stay focused. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Make those extra gains, but don't be greedy. Your mind has to be fully in this. Really does.
Yeah, Griffin's Bend, right? It's one of the toughest on the circuit.
Whoa, whoa.
Psychologically, you're gone for the rest of the lap. It's about 260 on the way in, remember? And you've got to knock off 130 k's an hour. But you've got to do that on the bumps on the way in. But let me give you a tip. When you're challenging for Griffin's Bend, either make the commitment or get the hell out of it.
That's sharp.
If I can't tell you anything simpler than this, there is one racing line up there. Make sure you're on the tram tracks. There is no room to put your front right tyre even a foot outside of where it needs to be.
Oh, the
God.
His jab.
Idiot, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Wow. That last little clip highlights my point I was making. The game can be over like that in a split second from one tiny mistake, and it only has to be a tiny mistake and it is game over. You know, it's like all these events, you build up to it, you do all the practice, you know, all the training, all the preparation, but it only takes one mistake and it is game over. That is the pressure that these guys are clearly under.
When we come up to Reed Park, you need to hug the wall. Put the car right over there, hard on the wall, but be careful. Don't overuse the curb on the inside. It'll feed you into the wall.
Oh.
Drama here.
This is a great part of the circuit where we go from going up the hill and we transform to going down the hills. And no more beautiful sight than your revs in front of you. Bang, 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 bang. So we're out of Reed Park and now we're going to head down to that damn grate, right? It's a horrible
The damn grate.
terrain up against the wall on the right-hand side of the circuit. Now, the problem here is you've got to commit really, really early. And you don't know, because nowhere in Australia does your front tyre on your car get more downward load than at the grate. You don't know way back then if your power steering is going to suffer or it's going to give up and feed you into the fence.
Straight away, did you see the pit team, how excited they were because the driver missed the grate? It's what, half a metre by half a metre, but they know if you go over that, you are screwed. And the pure excitement, the fact that he missed it is insane. This course is full of danger. Let's be honest.
So we've got through the grate. We're now heading through Sulman to McPhillamy Park. This is Mount Panorama. This is where you need to be thinking corners ahead of where you are. You can't see the roadway up ahead, but you're going to average from the cutting all the way to Skyline around 200 kilometres an hour. This ain't kids' play.
Oh, big moment.
So you've got through the top of the mountain, you've done the tough driver stuff. Now, throw that bit away, you've got to be a ballerina.
That's the view from Skyline. Go for it.
I love the snags on the Barbie.
Time.
You're gonna need
Bloody
to
bogans.
dance all the way down through the S's
The descent starts.
until you
Oh!
When you get to the dipper, yeah, sure, it looks really cool with two wheels hanging up in the air. You can't get the throttle on, can you, with two wheels in the air? Get the thing back on the deck, and the moment your rear tyre hits the ground is the same moment your right foot hits the firewall. Now weave through the concrete walls, but don't get too clever and trying to get an inch away from them. There's nothing to be gained by doing that.
Oh my word. He bounced off about 5 times.
Forest elbow. This is the second time and the only other time in the lap that you're not going to feel your front tyre. You're going to come over the little crest there, downhill, and 1.5 tons she won't want to pull up. So this is where you need to be really measured, slow it up, because your big drama here is going to be understeer. The car does not want to turn there.
They're tagging.
For goodness sake, be aware of what's going on around you. If there's one gap you can leave open for your competitors, it's right there. Think about this. You need to either position yourself out right, commit yourself to Conrod Straight and your top speed, or you're going to need to defend, because that is one of the great spots for attack. And if you're going to defend, there is nothing surer you are going to compromise your straight line speed. So if you're going to defend, you defend. You block him, you pull him up, so you get your foot to the gas first.
Once again, it's highlighting using your brain, using you thinking, what the hell are you going to do, and making a decision and sticking to it. The concentration and the brain power going on in this race is crazy, because there are so many different obstacles, in a sense, that you have to know is coming. You have to decide quickly what you're going to do.
This is wild. This is as fast as it gets. 300 kilometres an hour.
Now, I don't care what cars you've driven in your career or where you've driven them. There is nowhere else that you're going to go where a tonne and a half of race car at 300 kilometres an hour actually feels like a tonne and a half of race car at 300 kilometres an hour. And you're approaching what is the fastest corner in Australian motorsport, the Chase. You want a tough bit of roadway? That's it. You want to talk about commitment? This is it. You come down here and you'll see there's a metre of tarmac that's been laid down on the left-hand side of that for you to use every single millimetre of it. If for one lap you do not go out there and use that,
That is an almighty crash.
That's not even a car anymore, let's be honest. That is not even a car. Oh my God.
you're going to compromise your lap time and compromise your result. So you need to use that every lap. And why do you need to do that? You need to get the car around there. At 300 kilometres an hour, do not lift your right foot off the throttle until the car is squared up, and when it is, and only then, you put
Hit
your
the
foot on
brake.
the brake and you push it so damn hard that you want to bend the brake pedal.
He goes, he's into the side of him. They run into each other. He's blocked out, Blake. He's going to redress. He's going to redress.
Oh, that's a revenge. Oh my word.
Huge in Australian motorsport.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, reverse out the way.
Last corner. So you've got 6 kilometres of the 6.213 kilometre circuit done. Do not get it wrong here.
This kid is going to win this thing today.
Finish the job right now.
Will Davison might get this done. Nothing in it. He wins it by a car length.
So that defines this mountain. That defines this race. Do you want to win it? Everyone wants to win it. If you can't first beat the mountain, you will never win this race.
Mount Panorama. This is I'm gonna post this early hours this morning for me. It'll be good time in the morning, your time. I'm gonna see if I can watch some of this because I do have access to the channel. But as I said, looking at the race, this course, I know it is a public road. I know that. Knew it from the start. So conditions aren't always the best, are they? I would assume. There are a lot of hills going up and down. There are such fine margins. As I said, the most impressive thing I think of racing this is, as I said, I keep saying it, it is the concentration you've got to have 100% of the time, 100% concentration. You've got to be quick thinking. You know, as Mark Larkham was saying, you either make this decision or you make this decision, and you stick to one of them, but you make it early and you stick to it. And if you waver in between, it's done. This race can be over so quickly for people, just by the fraction of a hair. Yeah, it does look like its own race. Honestly, it really does. Yes, there's things like Le Mans and there's NASCAR and all that sort of thing, but this seems on another level. This does seem on another level. A little bit more rugged. A little bit, well, as people have said, this is a bit of a bogan event. But actually, it adds to it because it makes it unique and it makes it a little bit rough and ready. Bit of character to the event. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Enjoy watching it if you're going to watch it, as in the race. And I'll catch you next time.